I'm Nicole Knight. I'm a former corporate executive turned freedom chaser, and I want to take you on this journey with me. One of the biggest lessons or takeaways that I got from my mom while growing up is that really you can do whatever you put your mind to. I would say she was a pretty strict mom. However, I know that strictness came from her wanting us to be our absolute best. And I can look back on those times now and realize how that has impacted my life. I've never really been afraid to go after what it is that I thought I wanted. And so that would probably be one of the biggest takeaways. She really built that confidence in me as well as my other siblings to go out and do whatever our heart desires. This is something that I'm probably still working on, but I would have to say that probably one of my biggest heartbreaks is the fact that I never knew my father. And this is actually something that I am still working through, because I found that having that experience also informed a lot of how I've shown up in my adulthood in terms of relationships. And so this is something that I'm still working on. And I would have to say it's probably the biggest heartbreak, because I've never had an opportunity to know him. And I never had the opportunity to meet with him or have any type of conversations with him. And so I think I found out about a year or two ago that he also passed away. And so what I also know now is that I will never have that opportunity. Knowing that now, I think created a new heartbreak. And so I would have to say that's probably my biggest heartbreak from childhood. I would say that my life is probably a good example of what success looks like, what they tell us success should look like. I've done all the things. I've checked all the boxes, gone to school, gotten a good job, worked my way up the corporate ladder, have had an incredible experiences. However, what I know now is that those experiences were also a result of the things that we bring with us from our childhood. A lot of my independence, or even hyper independence, comes from the fact that I saw my mom as a single mom really struggle to take care of 5 kids. And I remember telling myself as a kid, I don't want to deal with that, right? I found that my relationships may have suffered in that regard as well, because again, independent, not necessarily knowing how to give up control and let somebody else lead. So there are a lot of things in my childhood that impacted me positively to get me to where I am, but also impacts me negatively in certain areas of my life. With age comes wisdom, and so I'm able to recognize those patterns for what they are and adjust. And so, within the past, am I the same person today that I am 5 years ago? Absolutely not. These new awarenesses around how my childhood impacts how I show up, I absolutely incorporate them in how I'm moving forward in my relationships and just how I show up as a human being in the world.